Congratulations, folks. There's something else that enables me to get a rant. And there's no routine now, although I could have done a Colonel Clink impersonation about it. And if you don't know who Colonel Clink is, watch Hogan's Heroes. Not Hogan Knows Best, Hogan's Heroes. Anyway, my rant for today is Cartoon fucking Network. This has already been done, but I decided to add my flavor to the mix. Now, Cartoon Network was was one of my least watched of the big kid three, as I call them: Nickelodeon, Cartoon Network, and Disney. And I rarely watched Cartoon Network, to be honest. So, yeah, it's kind of interesting. But I did watch it, and I loved some of the shows, like Ed, Edd and Eddy, Dexter's Laboratory. I didn't really like Cow and Chicken. Of course, then again, I didn't like Ren and Stimpy either, so call me a weird kid. For some fucking reason, the Powerpuff Girls I actually kind of liked a bit. Once again, weird ass kid. But the thing is now, the lineup for now, I know Cartoon Network is trying to bring up new things to replace the old, and for that I know you have to do that. I mean, eventually you're gonna get tired and bored of the fucking video. I mean, of the series, so you're gonna have to add new shit. But the lineup they add now is so bad it's not even funny. I mean, you have shit like fucking Flapjack, Chowder, My Gym Partner's a Monkey, Robot Boy, Johnny Test, the new Tarzan. No, you're not Tarzan. Fucking George of the Jungle, and a few other things. And yeah, they also got rid of Toonami, which was one of the few. Toonami was one of the few places you actually could, that actually did not completely suck. I hate Toonami. I used to kind of like it, but I hate it. Why? Because pretty much it only catered to Narutards. But that's another rant. And well, basically the lineup now is utter shit. Let's start off with Camp Lazlo, since it escaped my naming wrath. Camp Lazlo is nothing more than the bastard mix between SpongeBob and Hogan's Heroes. How is it like SpongeBob? You have three zany characters attempting to go into adventures and other sorts of shit. How is it like Hogan's Heroes? It's in a camp environment. It's very much like Hogan's Heroes, only instead of Stalag 13, you have Casa de Fail, or as it's called in there, Camp Bean. Yeah, that's real fucking great. Camp Bean. Run by this one one lazy ass moose dude who is an awful lot like Colonel Clink. Actually, I just noticed how fucking alike it is to Hogan's Heroes. You have Lazlo, the retarded monkey, being a really stupid version of, well, Hogan. His two retarded friends being the Resistant. The fucking moose, Lumpus, being Colonel Clink. And I guess Slinkman will be fucking Sergeant Schultz, only nowhere near as funny. He's a fucking brown noser. And you even have a General Hofstetter in the form of that commander guy. I don't remember his name. Commander Hoo-Ha. There you are. And and basically they have stupid adventures, and pretty much it's a boring show. I mean, it's basically you can watch better shit on SpongeBob. I'm gonna tell you that. Because with SpongeBob, at least you'll occasionally find a funny moment, like a funny show episode. Like a good example would be an episode I hated was Dumped, while an episode I liked was Frankendoodle. With Camp Lazlo, there are no funny moments. It's utter shit all around. So at the very least, they're consistent. I have to give credit for that. And while it is bad, it's nowhere near as bad as the other shows, so I guess I have to begrudgingly give the creators of Camp Lazlo a bit of a leeway. But I'm not gonna be so lenient on Robot Boy. Robot Boy is about the story about this one robot kid trying to become like human in a way. His creator basically gives him a personality, and he's raised by this one hippie kid, and it's a really annoying fat guy and this black girl, and he's trying to save the world from this stupid Fu Manchu old guy and his retarded assistant who wears one of those fucking hats. Those Chinese hats. I'm not hating the hat. I'm like, why? Why are they Chinese? Why is his creator Chinese? Why does Robot Boy have an accent like your standard Eastern Asian? I don't know, but What gets me the most is the fact it's nothing more than a My Life as a Teenage Robot ripoff. If you don't know what My Life as a Teenage Robot is, well, I wouldn't say you're missing out, but it's worth watching. I'll just give a very brief description. My Life as a Teenage Robot is about this one robot who was created by Dr. Wakeman, this old lady who's like, you must save the world, and she's like, no, I want to also hang out with friends. You must save the world, and she's like, no, and basically she does both. And yes, it's a she. The robot's a she. She's about as smart as a teenager, your standard stereotypical teenage girl, and her name's Jenny, or actually 9, depending on who calls her that. And she has to save the world from a variety of threats, ranging from the all-seeing infrared eye man to the cluster, or a bunch of robots. And yes, I know, I'm mildly obsessed over robots. Deal with it! No, seriously. Anyway, it's basically nothing more than a shitty version of that, only more repetitive, more stupid, and more boring. I really hate the fat kid. He's basically like, hey, let's be greedy and lazy and selfish. And the hippie boy's, supposed to be good, so he's like, no, we have to help him. No, we have to save the world. No, we must help save the environment because I want to be like Captain Planet. And so basically, you're off bashing your head against the stupid because it burns. And God, just thinking about it makes my head hurt. Okay, let's just continue. Johnny Test. That's probably something that. Oh God, I only watched the fucking trailer of it. When they're promoting it before it was released, because Cartoon Network does that for like 5 months. I hate them for this. And basically, Johnny Test. I don't know why they named him after Johnny Quest, because none of his shit's like it. None of it. I mean, unless you count the boy and dog thing with, like, Johnny and Bandit, only it's Johnny and Charlie in there. It's nothing like it. There's no scientist character except for the sisters, and they're stupid. There's no bodyguard character as far as I know. There's no person like Race Bannon, thank God. And there's no Haji. It's just a retard. It's like attempting to, but failing epically at combining Johnny Quest with fucking SpongeBob, only worse. And if you want to hear the basic plot, here it is. I remember this fucking trailer verbatim because Cartoon Network wouldn't stop fucking playing it. A boy and his dog are trying to save the pork belly, which is the town's name, by the way, great fucking name, from an evil rich kid with the help of his scientific siblings. We're twin girls, by the way, and I fucking hate them. With the fucking mutations, Johnny Test. And I'd rather suck the bar rag than watch Johnny Test. Or the George of the Jungle one, which is basically George of the Jungle, but made extreme. With a lot of shit and piss jokes. Final thing on the programming, and probably for this part, is I'm going to talk about My Gym Partner's a Monkey. Now, My Gym Partner, a Monkey, is also similar to SpongeBob in a way. You have one character. Actually, it's more like your standard vaudeville act with the kid Adam Lyon being the straight man, with Jake being the quote unquote funny man, or monkey, should I say? That's what it gets me. It's either a monkey or a dog. Make it something different. Also, basically, all the animals are mentally have the IQ of a sack of hammers. And the only joke they really have and they waste so quickly is the joke that they're gonna be sued, with all these lawyers going sue, and yeah, it's basically utter shit. It's boring, and that's pretty much all Cartoon Network programming. I'm sorry I'm cutting this short, folks, but I'm running out of time. Part 2, I'll talk about their movie choice. This is Keisok, folks, over and out. God damn you, fucking Cartoon Network, and have a nice day, you two.